never occurred to me they would be coming from above.
Previously on Captain Marvel? Do we really need to know what part of London this is set in? Your American audience knows what London is, unless Brixton plays into the plot, and it doesn't, then this is just wasted letters. And you know how we feel about wasting letters around here.
We went looking for a home. Found nothing but violence.
I'm not saying the Skrulls have had it easy, but they only spent 2 years searching the entire universe for a new home. It took me longer than that to find myself after college, and I was right there the whole time.
This man,
Who is currently too busy starring in a Captain Morgan commercial to face you like a normal human.
Carol Danvers and I will find you a new one.
Kind of feel like if you're making this big a promise, then Carol Danvers should be with you. Or are you making the promise without her? Come on, Disney, you ponied up to D.H. Samuel L. Jackson again. Call in Brie Larson for a cameo, so this makes sense. Also, why aren't they sitting? Personally, I'm not volunteering for anything if you make me stand for a whole meeting.
I'm an American! I'm an American!
This is why other countries hate our tourists. You couldn't wait until you left the scene of the crime to transform? Using AI to create your opening titles instead of using AI to eliminate lengthy opening titles altogether.
Здесь больше шансов встретить инопланетянина.
You mean like the aliens who wiped out half of all life on Earth a few years ago? Or the ones who nearly leveled all of New York City? This world is way too familiar with actual aliens for this winky joke to work.
Well, me and my mama used to take these long train rides to Detroit.
I like this scene of Nick Fury telling this story a lot. It's probably one of my favorite moments from his character. And while I'd love to remove a sin for it, I'm also frustrated it took us this long to humanize a character that's been in the MCU since 2010. Much like Black Widow, Fury needed his own project way before he finally got it. And the MCU is worse for it.
Smell way too good to wait.
My lack of self-restraint after buying a dozen Krispy Kremes somehow makes it into the episode.
Have you lost your reptilian-ass mind?
That's Skrullist. Or reptilian-assist. Or both. Better take 2 sins just in case.
The host gets to set the terms of the visitation.
Assuming you're the host of the entire world.
There's not enough room or tolerance on this planet for another species.
So I guess Nick Fury completely forgot about New Asgard then? They got a whole city when their world was destroyed, but Earth can't handle Skrulls because of hate or some shit. Introducing a character just to make me sadder, another character died. I was already sad.
So, you're the reason I'm taking my daughter back home in a box.
I know you're looking for someone to blame, but don't point the finger at the one guy giving you what you ask for. If you're looking for someone to blame, Elizabeth, blame Marvel. They're the ones who decided to store her in the fridge.
You're Nick Fury.
It's the second episode, and I'm already tired of them using his name like a taunt.
Several bombs exploded today at an annual celebration in Moscow.
News position. It's basically the blood running through the story veins of Marvel. If only there was some other way to deliver narrative information. Alas.
You know I could have killed him if I wanted to.
Fury? No, you couldn't. There's still 4 episodes left, so don't go bragging about shit that couldn't happen.
Seems someone didn't get the suggested attire memo.
Since they can shapeshift clothing, is this the equivalent of him telling Gravik he should smile more?
Playing the man's game, using the man's fork and knife.
Are there Skrull eating utensils you'd prefer they use? Digging on fancy clothes and wine makes sense, but insulting the use of cutlery doesn't. Because now I'm just wondering if there's a Skrull version of the spork. Is there, Marvel? Is there?
I quite like dogs. And they don't go out of their way to degrade and destroy their own habitat.
I love my corgi to death, but Dolly Parton has destroyed 3 couches, 2 chairs, an entertainment unit, 7 candles, and impressively 4 vacuum cleaners to date. Bullshit. Dogs don't degrade or destroy their own habitat. You'll note, Fury never gave you a timetable for his promise. And if there's no deadline, he could technically still keep it a decade from now. If you wanted a concrete deadline, you should have put that in ink, Gravik. Rookie mistake.
Humans are doomed to self-destruction.
Using this as an excuse to kill all humans feels like a cliche, but it may just be that he's confronting me with my go-to excuse whenever I feel too lazy to recycle. Did you ever stop and think about how incredibly lucky Gravik is that the Eternals stopped the Earth from being destroyed to give birth to a Celestial? The new Skrull homeworld would have been otherwise. F***ing Eternals.
We need a single commander whose war power is total and unchecked.
What the shit? Is this Prime Minister about to pull a Jar Jar Binks? She is. You never go full Jar Jar.
The council just voted him general.
Maybe wait until your car gets here before calling Gravik's opponent to rat him out. I know he said you could go in peace, but that won't stop Amelia Clark from mowing you down. Are they cheering him being named Skrull General? Because that news must have traveled super fast. Or are they cheering the successful terrorist attack? In which case, too soon.
I was told this phase would be over.
Afraid not, scientist lady. Before Phase 5 is over, we still have to go through the Marvels, Deadpool 3, Captain America 4, whatever the Thunderbolts is, and finding out if Blade ever gets made. Snooping, 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 snooping in plain sight. No one can see me for some reason. Snooping, not even crouched, just snooping. Super bright light, still no one sees me.
The 27 EU heads of state, plus the British Prime Minister, have all but commanded Washington to account for itself.
You see, this is what makes Snoop's position so pointless. You could just begin the next scene with Rhodes being interrogated and we put all this information together. We didn't need the force feeding. Sometimes your audience is smart enough to put things together from context clues. So stop the unnecessary hand-holding in what's supposed to be my Super Spy MCU series.
Alleged presence, madam.
This scene was a lot more fun in Iron Man 2, so here's a sin for making me miss Iron Man 2.
Slovakia rolls its eyes at me one more time, I'm gonna put on the suit and carpet bomb it.
Covering the mic and conveniently forgetting that people can still read lips. Also joking about war crimes.
I was there trying to stop the attack.
Oh, well, excellent job at that, by the way. 2,000 dead so far.
It bears repeating just how badly Fury f***ed this up. Not only did he fail to stop the attack, he also failed to stop them from getting the bomb in the first place and stopped a much more competent security agency from preventing the attack to begin with. There's putting Fury in a bad spot, and then there's completely neutering Fury's competency to the point we wonder how he was ever in charge in the first place.
Maybe we should call our friends.
No. We can't jump the gun on that.
Okay, but maybe call just one of them? Don't you know a blonde woman who has lots of experience with zooming around the galaxy and dealing with Skrulls?
We protect the planet by protecting our seat at the table.
Oh, the table? Was John Wick in the MCU this entire time?
The reason we wrestled this power from mediocre men who don't look like us was not simply to turn around and hand it to mediocre men who do.
Damn, I'm so happy Rhodey isn't just a one-off cameo in this like he was in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Don Cheadle is amazing in this scene with Jackson, and I can't help but feel the power being wrestled away from my mediocre YouTube narrator ass in the form of me removing a sin. Unnecessary bone break. You've got his gun already. And he's in the UK, so it's going to take him forever to get seen by a doctor. This series just feels like a reason for Samuel L. Jackson to indulge in his hat fetish. He wears a lot of different hats is all I'm saying.
I'm Nick Fury.
Stop that. Fury needs a nap, and apparently all these agents just quiet quitted capturing him.
Where is your safe house?
Torturing a guy in a meat locker cliche.
Didn't your mother ever warn you could lose an eye by beating your meat like that?
We've got masturbation jokes, y'all.
I've thrown everything at him and he hasn't said a word.
Everything? He barely looks like someone shook him down for his lunch money.
What are you doing in there?
Waiting until you hear someone that should have been in your line of sight to do your alt-tabbing away from your covert MCU Easter egging.
But everyone talks when their blood starts to cook at 160 degrees centigrade.
Centigrade? I'm sorry, you're gonna have to put that in freedom units for me. My brain doesn't use communist measurements.
You wait in the car. Keep the engine running.
Is this why you brought Emilia Clarke into this project? To sit outside meeting rooms and inside the car waiting? Because it seems like a waste of Daenerys Stormborn of the House Targaryen, the first of her name, Queen of the Andals in The First Man, Protector of the Seven Kingdoms, the Mother of Dragons, the Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea, the Unburnt, the Breaker of Chains.
Принеси мне колбасы, давай, иди.
Sausage envy. If no one is going to hear this guy and all of these cans fall to the ground, I don't think you need to worry about the bell. Where the f*** is that hook thing she set across the door? Did the show forget it existed? I know Pagan has a gun, he just used it. Graphic has a weird handing people his gun for no reason fetish, and I am not here for it. Did they just leave him there? Isn't the Skrull's whole plan predicated on people not knowing about Skrulls? So isn't a hiker coming across a random green alien in the middle of the woods concerning? Look, he's changing his hat again. We get it. Your haberdashery game's on point. That's enough, Samuel.
Aren't you forgetting something?
Scene does not contain a Frozone asking his wife where the supersuit is. Okay, this just makes me think of stuff like if you married a shapeshifter, is it wrong to make her shapeshift during sexy boom boom time? Shouldn't you just be super into her base form? And if you ask him to change who they look like, is that role play or are you giving them an inferiority complex? And what about asking them to shapeshift their interdimensional portal? Would it be offensive to ask for a change of size or shape? Or what about location? Nope, sorry, I'm done. Just heard myself. This has been very sinful. How dare you make me think of these things, Marvel? Shame on you.
Sausage! Where's my sausage? There's no sausage!
I'm an American! I'm an American!
I don't care!
But he won't even tell me where on planet Earth my daughter was killed. So apparently facts are not included in the debt I'm owed.
You're playing each piece like losing it hurts. This ain't checkers.
We need a single commander whose war power is total and unchecked.
Misa propose.
Alleged.
Alleged, Fluffy.
And you wonder why you're out.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
You're wasting your time. I'll never talk to you.